You actually take comfort in the fact that your eyesight is starting to dwindle?
You want to chase it, but what I appreciate is you know where you're at by what you're able to retain if you fight for it, and the things that are going no matter what you do. Sometimes it's about, I don't need to try to use something to hold on to everything. I want to pick the 5 or 7 things that I definitely want to hold on to, and I want to watch the rest of it go in and out with the tides. Smile. Though your heart is aching, smile. Even though it's breaking. When there aren't clouds in the sky, you'll get by.
You know, because you can reach out for help in kind of a half-assed way, and you'll get it, and you won't take advantage of it. You know, it's not that difficult to overcome these seemingly ghastly problems. What's hard is to decide.
What did they say? Faster alone, further together?
How can you possibly hope to stop me?
Like the old man said, together. Sometimes you can only think about further because you gotta get downfield. Other times you're thinking, hey, this is my moment to run, and I need a little help and a little approval, and I need a little leeway. But that's any creative endeavor.
It's easy to embrace hopelessness when things seem insurmountable. It's actually just a matter of time until all of the elements come together for things to be all right. I mean, I believe that, you know, most difficult situations will resolve themselves if you are persistent and if you don't give up entirely. And that's what I never did. I never gave up.
I ran those 6 or 8 lines I had 1,000 times, lying in bed over and 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 over again. It was one little mosaic after the next, and it was a piece of work I was doing. And I cared about doing it as professionally and as honestly as I could. At this point in my life and being, you know, kind of middle-aged and all that, well, I know I'm going to fly around the world and I'm going to sell some soap. And I know I have a new project, and I know I've just retired my jersey on this 12-year journey I've been on. And how do I want to start? And it came up, how would you like it? I go, yes, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to go have the Joe Rogan experience and kick off this year and this season and this new chapter by doing what I love, which is an interview as we're looking at each other, and there's a give and take.
I went to rehab, but I stayed in the same room that Robert Downey Jr. stayed in. He became my idol because of Iron Man and what he did with his career. I made him my mentor without him even knowing about it. He wrote on a corkboard in McCallum Hall, "I am here with you all."
Where is your heart?
It's easy to believe that things are gathering momentum and going into a negative place. I mean, I think human nature can tend to be a little bit critical of itself.
Sometimes you just got to go, yeah, you know, I effed up.
I just took full advantage of it. I mean, you know, even though it wasn't the end of my struggle, you know, I made the best use of that time that I could, because they say if you don't do the time will do you.
You earn 8 cents an hour?
What's humbling is to have to live your life for some reason that is yet to be explained to me by God in such a public way, when so much of it is so humiliating and embarrassing. So by the time I got into prison, it wasn't like, wow, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. You know, it was an extension of things being miserable.
It's just incredible. Our culture never encourages taking a break, never encourages saying, don't chase that thing. I need to be kept right-sized because I can easily fall into self-seeking and depression and self-pity and judgment and all that stuff. It's a bit of a default, but I spend enough energy and I've had enough help over enough years to actually just say, oh, that's just awful, destructive behavior. You're entertaining in your head, you know?
Bad patterns, just bad thought patterns.
Yeah.